perfectly well-intentioned things that just don't hit the mark. Today, we're talking about amateur rappers. When you go out and you perform your song, you take a little bit of time and cut out your verse from your CDB, so that way I don't have to just listen to your CD in a live setting. Good example for some folks, Josh Knight is one who cuts out sections of the verse, the rest of it to the chorus, your ad-lib and everything else. But don't make me stand there and pay $10 to watch you ad-lib one of your CDs. That's trash. And now, the hottest podcast in Northern California and the world, Curious George.
It's 51.
Sam God. And today we got our special guest, the illustrious bassist, band leader, educator, Harley White Jr., ladies and gentlemen.
Harley White Jr., Harley
Thank
White
you.
Orchestra, CBD Oil. What's your name on Instagram?
BMX.
BMX.
Kids.
I know it was some letters.
CBD.
I
I don't
know. I
know.
can't remember
BMX
everybody's-
Kid 65.
BMX Kid.
65.
BMX Kid 65, the
Bicycling
illustrious.
enthusiast.
Yeah. Yeah. You might catch Harley on a bike. You might catch him on a bass. You never know what's going to happen, but you might get slapped in the face.
We keep
This-
it moving. We keep it moving.
Oh, this has been known to happen.
Yeah. So we out here another week. It's popping. Christmas was lit for the kiddos and the family and all of that kind of stuff. I mean, you know, my kid got a Benz for Christmas
Already?
already, bro. Already. What? Not Hot Wheels. What do they call the things that you can drive as a kid?
The little
remote-
electronic
Yeah,
ones?
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Power Wheels. She got the Benzo Power Wheels. She was out here with the glasses on, lean back, you know, having fun.
Ghost riding the whip.
Hey, that thing has power. Like, we took it outside and we were like, all right, we got to throw this in the car and take it over to like a parking lot somewhere. And we took it to the parking lot. She just did donuts for about an hour. It was fun. It was great. Shout out to my baby who doesn't know how to drive yet, but she can do donuts. So,
That's how you learn, man. Donuts come first.
right.
That's the first lesson is donuts.
Oh, and she ran up on the curb, so she understood that she was in a truck. She was like, "Oh, this is a truck. Let me." And I was like, "All right, so this thing's gonna be broke before before the week's out." Yeah, we had a good time though. Shout out to my mama who bought her the truck.
Right.
I don't know what y'all got. What y'all got this week?
I don't know, man. What's up with the newfound popularity of Twisted Tea?
I don't even know what that is.
You didn't see this?
Nah,
Oh man, this
I heard you
video-
talking
this-
about it, but I
this-
didn't
This
see.
video went viral of this dude just smacking the taste out of this dude's mouth with a can of something called Twisted Tea.
Oh, that's
And
lit.
It was like a tall can.
Well, what the setup was, it's one of those ones where when keeping it real goes wrong.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
It was right out of Chappelle's skit. You had this dude, and he's on something, and that's not funny, but he was like, nigga, white kid, skinny white kid, obviously Midwestern, nigga this, nigga that, nigga. And so this brother was standing in line with his twisted iced tea.
waiting
Waiting for this gentleman to get his purchase and move it on. And I think the white man trying to bond with the black man, he said, "Yo, what's up, my nigga?" And to which the African American said, hold it on that refrain. And then the white kid got a little offended because he listens to hip hop.
Yeah.
And so
He's down for the culture.
He's down, obviously,
Or
because
so he
he
thinks.
gets, right. And so then he gets so far into it that he's like, what kind of fuck nigga are you?
Whoa.
Whoa.
No, I mean,
I didn't even see all of the video.
Man, I was like, right, and
The
then
kind that
the
slaps
dude
you
was
with
then the
the
dude
twisted
still
tea.
didn't
He was
do nothing, right?
Yeah, still
And
restrained
so
himself.
it was like, and
So much
and then on top of that, I'm watching this clip, and he was like, "You can just hit me right here, nigga." And it's like, and so the dude was just like, his can fell out of his hand.
Right. Then he drops the
He
can.
dropped the can
On
When
accident.
and then he picked it up. I think it was just the
Well,
effort of-
the white dude, like kicked the can a little bit with
That's
his
right.
foot.
Oh,
That was the final straw.
That was it. And so you got to see the clip because I mean it's sad because it's a comment on American culture, but the dude literally splashes like a water balloon. It's like splashes on top of his head like a water balloon. I didn't know.
I just saw it, and I just saw the exact moment that you were talking about.
And then the doorbell rings just like flash, ding. It's like, oh, come on, it's right out of Chappelle, bruh. You can't write
Yeah.
it. And then, well, he wanted some more. And then he tried to get in, and then they had to wrestle him. And then ask him, and he asked him, asked him to call him a Negro, a nigger again. And at some point, the other gentleman
He was
decided,
giving him the
yeah, he was
business.
giving the business, like, call me a nigga again. Call me a nigga again. And the guy was finally like, oh, okay, I think you meant it. I don't know what the fuck he said, but like, yeah. So he didn't try Jesus. That's the moral of the story. You have
And then picked him up in a chokehold. Pick him up off the ground in a chokehold. And picked him up. Hey, this is wild. I love it.
Are you guys hip to Toby and Nagwe?
Oh yeah.
Try
yeah.
Jesus.
Oh,
yeah.
let's talk about Toby's whole movement.
He didn't hear that song.
He didn't hear it.
Because
He
I
didn't
throw
hear
hands.
So he tried to pick up his seed. The dude tried to
I
kick
got
it.
no problem. Man. So
And then
that's
he
all I'm saying
slapped
about that.
he slapped the brakes off of this boy, man.
This is a shot heard around the world, man.
That's fun.
My comment on that, because it's sad. He got what he deserved, but
Wow.
I'm imagining a world where one day that won't get you in trouble because we won't have these type of derogatory words that we hurl at each other. Now, N-word's one of the more inflammatory ones, but we got, other ones and all this, and every group's got one. We can run down. We can go Mel Brooks in this right now.
Listen,
But certain of them
my
might
favorite-
sting a little more, though.
Yeah, exactly,
like-
exactly. And we got to recognize that and have some real conversations and get past that so we can get back to the good ones.
Right.
Like
Right. So we can have fun,
I want to get back
calling
to the good
Italians
ones.
wops and stuff like that. Oh.
I-
No one's really
I-
going to get that offended by
Come
that.
on,
I mean, I said it.
no,
I'm
but-
1/8 Italian, so don't at me.
I hope not.
can, I
Well,
can
But that's
say
here's
it.
the deal.
reason why-
You're 1/8 Italian, but you're 100% Yakubian. Well, actually,
Straight up.
Sam's not a Yakub though. Sam's not. I mean,
Okay,
I don't
No,
know.
I
Sam's
am
an anomaly.
definitely part of the genetically created
work
race.
with me on this one. Work with me on this one, my brothers. Work with me on this one. In America, we got 4 groups of people. That's all I've messed with. You're either European, or you're brought here by Europeans, Africans. You're indigenous, or you're Asian. Now we can get the subgroups if you want, but those are the 4
Different
major
combinations
Those are the
and
4
stuff.
major
Yeah,
move
yeah.
groups. Those are, and everybody here at this table is probably a sliver. Like I got the 3-piece. I got a little indigenous, a little European, mostly African. No Asian. What you get?
White and white.
European. my
White
friend.
on white.
European.
Eastern European and Western European.
Okay,
And Southern
but,
European.
okay, European. Stop.
No, but
I got European, I got North African, I got Caribbean, all of it, like
Well,
South American, all of it.
2 of those groups did not migrate here. African
Pop quiz.
indigenous.
Pop quiz.
Am I wrong?
Well, they migrated here at some point.
No,
the
they
indigenous
were
people.
imported. No, the indigenous people were already here.
Like
the Africans were imported.
20,000 years ago.
I think the
immigrated
Africans
here
were
or
already
something.
here too.
That's
Well,
history.
I
Okay,
agree.
see?
I
Okay.
agree.
Let's go.
See,
Let's-
that's going to help us get to the real conversation because that's true also. So
Right.
that's some stuff. So we won't have time for nigga because we'll understand things that deep. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
don't have time for words like that.
Yeah.
Right,
I
right.
mean,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
most
yeah.
people don't understand.
That's all I'm saying about that.
And there's a lot of crossover from all these different. Obviously, it's a
Obviously.
spectrum. It's a spectrum. It's like you get to like Eastern European where it starts to get into more Asiatic features. and you start to see
And
like,
once you go Arab and India, Afro, that's a
Right.
That's okay.
and there's a lot of people in
okay.
India that look very
There-
African.
A lot of
you
people in
know?
the Philippines and Asia that look very Africans because that's
True.
how it did.
Yeah.
So
Indonesia and yeah.
So and that's
People
the real,
traveled.
That's the real grown folk conversation. We don't have it. We don't get a chance to have it.
No. America views things through a very
the science. We got to go back. We were talking about
Stupid
science on the way out
lens.
here, and like our basic disrespect for education that's led to our not understanding and appreciating science, which has got us in this shitty situation that most of us are in.
Yeah. Well, now it's like people don't trust any information they see, and I see where they're coming from because there's so much information that now people think that they can watch a YouTube video on something, and that can hold a candle against thousands of scientists writing peer-reviewed journals and building evidence to support a
Here we
theory that then turns into a fact. You know,
We used to have presidents. I don't know which one. Maybe it was Truman. It was FDR. He read 18 newspapers a day in this thing because what he was reading was between the lines. You got to read between the lines.
Yeah.
You got to read the conservative take and the liberal take, and then make up your own damn mind. But you got to be able to read.
Yeah.
And then respect that there might be some nuggets there in the conservative take, and there might be some nuggets in the liberal take.
yes.
And
Yes.
then
And
you make
take
up your
that
fucking
information
and
and
then
then
make it. And we don't teach
draw a
that.
conclusion.
It's no critical thinking.
Yeah.
I never read
Absolutely no
from
critical
the paper
thinking.
for face value. That's the dumbest thing you ever fucking want to do.
Right. Yeah. Don't
Yeah,
just
we
watch
don't-
CNN.
don't read about
and
what's
think
under
you
the
got
says.
all the information.
No, you read between
There's
the lines.
other
motherfucker.
sources out there. There is.
But
you know.
again, so cross-reference 3. You'll be funny. And before you pop off your mouth, like that's me though. That's me.
That's why sometimes I feel like I know more because I don't know shit.
That helps.
I usually have at least 10 questions. Like you tell me something, and I'm like, all right, I hear you. Now let me ask you this and this and this. And if you start stammering, I'm like, all right, well, I don't want to hear you anymore. I don't. You were talking confidently a moment ago, so now you're stumbling off of one question. All right, you don't know.
Yeah, your
That's
case-
you don't
100.
know.
I tell you,
The
I'm
house
gonna
of
say- I'm gonna
cards
say-
is falling down right
I'm
now.
going to say exactly what you're saying. I'm going to just say it a different way because we're going to get into music and stuff, but you can talk about it that way. It's about being authentic.
Yes.
And if you're talking to somebody who knows their subject, I mean, and you're a beginner, you shouldn't be able to throw them off with any of your questions. They
Right.
should be able to just come back, giggle maybe. If it's a funny question, come back with like, oh, well, and work you back to the answer, but not stumble. That's not.
Or if it's like a really minute detail, it's like, well, I don't know about all that, but I can tell you.
Right, but no stumbling though. No
Yeah.
stumbling, right? If you're a football player, you know what he's talking about. You
Yeah.
ask your astrophysics question.
Right. What happens
The
when he
art
throws
of
the ball?
debate.
Well, they throw the yes, it's football, fool. They throw it.
You tackle the guy. Yeah. Okay, yeah, right. And then if you're not, you block that guy.
yeah.
Football.
Yeah. So, right before we came on, we were talking about Soul. Since you were just talking about bringing it around to music, I actually saw Soul. These two suckers didn't see Soul. I mean, these two wonderful people didn't see Soul. It was a good movie. It was cute. It was based on a struggling jazz musician getting his break. Spoiler alert.
It's fantasy.
Right.
I didn't know
No,
it was
it's
fantasy.
good.
I didn't know it was a fairy tale.
It's still gonna happen, guys.
No, so basically, like some big jazz person came through town, and her drummer was one of his old students, and so their piano player left, and so he called his teacher, and his teacher came and he killed it at the audition, and then they told him, all right, be back here tonight at 7, and then he goes out and he dies. And then he has all these transforming things, and he's in this place called the
More spoiler alerts.
he's I don't know, I guess what people would call limbo. He's in this place, and there's like an escalator, and it's taking them to the great beyond. And then he hops off of the escalator and like jumps into, because it's just an escalator going through space, and he jumps off of it and falls and lands in the great before, which is before you're born, you're in the great before. And then they give you like some personality trait type things, and he keeps on trying to like sneak back on the earth through the great before, and then he can't, and then they go to where the lost souls are, and then all this. It's cool. This is all this little stuff tying in, and then he ends up coming back, and the little lost soul that he met along the way, he ended up giving up his life so that the lost soul could have a life, and then they both have life and all of this type of stuff. So it was cool, but the music part of it was basically just like he's a jazz musician, which is he's starving and his mom was on his case.
Broke as hell.
Yeah,
Which means he teaches.
he was so yeah. Part of that premise was he was a teacher at a junior high school, whatever it was, at the band, for the band, and on that same day, the administrator came and offered him a full-time position, and he didn't want to take it because he still has these aspirations of being a big jazz musician and all this type of stuff. So then
Well,
his
you
mom
saved
was,
me $6.
Yeah.
Thank God. Oh shit! Thank you, man. I'll give you the $6.
I feel like I saw it already. I'm good.
I mean, you
Sounds
know,
depressing
if-
for a musician.
if I wouldn't say go out and get any extra add-ons to your bills for this, but if you can't watch it, it's cute. It's whatever.
Yeah, I was about to get the extra add-on. So.
Yeah.
Just for it. Just
no,
for it.
No, don't get the add-on just for that.
Okay, no,
All right, first
you
of
know
all, I
what,
want
support. You know, love
to
the support.
I want to
Yeah.
give a shout out because our shout out list is looking a little empty. So shout out Dan the Man.
Shout out
He
Dan the man.
commented. He said,
What's up, Dan?
Harley hard hustle white.
That's what it do.
The hard hustle. Speaking of hard hustles.
Shout out Keisha B. She just said what's up to Harley, but didn't say what's up to me and Sam. It's cool though.
Okay, that's fine. Block her.
That's right. Like Keisha? No,
Blocked.
Who's that, Keisha?
That video y'all made the other day was real fire too. That was dope.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She's so good.
Yeah.
Shout out Keisha.
Yep.
Um,
Hold on. Before we go any further, we didn't shout out Ali Flamingo and Remedy Review.
Oh, where are our manners? Damn.
What's going on?
Alex Severson, our
on the ones and
illustrious
twos and threes.
engineer and fact checker.
And don't forget about our sponsor, Blue Chew. With the
Oh
same-
yeah, it's funny now. Blue Chew keeps popping up on my ads on Facebook because I talked about it so
It's lit,
much
bro.
on my live feeds.
It's lit, bro. Blue Chew, the same active ingredient as Viagra and/or Cialis.
Yeah, it's always some dude with his girlfriend, and she just looks stoked on the ad, man.
She's stoked, bro,
She
because he
is
got that.
stoked.
Hey, man,
They always
listen.
look like an ad for a blues club or something.
Right.
I said it.
For Torch Club,
So back to being a broke ass musician.
we out here.
What that made me think of is that it's depressing to me how so many things turn into like things that people just go to school to learn, and then as soon as they're out of school, they just start teaching it in a school. And there's like not a lot of
weird,
like
yeah.
real world
Well,
application
okay,
of
well,
these
okay,
things, you know.
okay,
You might have to
so-
get a little closer to the mic. I don't
Okay,
know. Have
so
you been hearing
okay,
this?
okay. So
Okay.
So okay. So I'm here to fix everything, man.
That's what you are.
Wait a minute.
You're the
Before
sensei.
just put this in the back of your mind. What was that question that we asked Billy? What is the meaning of it?
Oh, yeah, what is the grand scheme of things?
The grand
man?
scheme of
Boom,
things. You're gonna
explain.
have to come to that too at some point.
First questions first.
We ask all our guests. No.
No, but okay, but seriously, America is the only industrialized first world, whatever the term you want to come with. We don't have a ministry of the arts. A ministry of the arts.
Wow,
That's
we're the
what I-
only one that doesn't.
We
have
know
that.
France got one, Sweden got one, England got one. They understand we need a stipend. They understand we're professionals. They understand we're important. America, so that has a huge part.
Yeah.
You have to use my Dr. King's voice.
And we're so much of the artistic contribution of the
oh
world.
wow! Did you
too.
did you know that? And they don't want to fund.
Oh, my
They don't
God.
want to fund the public schools that made all those Quincy Joneses and all that shit. Yeah. Yeah,
All these
son, all those
African
Dexter
American
Gordons,
people that invented
all
music.
those kids that went through those public schools, middle school, and talk about their high school band director. I brought them up because L.A. in the 40s and 30s had 3 or 4 African American high schools that were just turning out stars.
Yeah.
Look at the records.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
a part of a very banging public school, but that's the 80s. I'm not talking about that. Quincy Jones, Mr. Garfield, I forget. They all talk that. The Commodores met in band. Half the bands you like met in band.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Who cut that? Who said that wasn't important anymore? Ronald Reagan, Jarvis Gann, Prop 13.
A bunch of people.
78, 79.
A bunch of very
It wasn't black people. I'll say that. It wasn't black people.
soul-deprived
Right.
people.
It wasn't black people.
Yeah.
you know-
it's some very square-ass people.
You saw
did
Rio
this.
Americana. God bless them because they do good work. And Folsom High, too. Respect. But they still got their music programs.
Right.
Let's
Over on the
talk
rich-
about
over
these
on the rich part of
Yakuts.
town.
I'm not hating because those are parents doing the work. So
Yeah,
it does not
this is
happen
true.
without parents. So that's not
That's
haterade.
true. That's
not
true.
haterade. But in the black neighborhoods, they don't have it. The brown kids, they don't get that. Even in the nice ones, you know. So that is what's systematically going on. We don't have a fundamental appreciation of art, which helps you reflect and appreciate yourself. So that's okay. So what was the next question? What was the next one?
Well, hold on. Let's reflect on that for a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah. Let's stay there for a
'Cause
minute. Let's
I
stay
need
right
to let
there.
that sizzle and marinate for a minute because we don't have a ministry of arts. You know, it's like you got all these Trumps and these Reagans and all these
Man,
people
talk about it.
that are sitting up there that like you're like, do you even like music?
Trump didn't even go to the Kennedy Center Awards. 4
Well,
years he never even went.
But let's talk about this though, because we're only speaking about it from the scope of music, but arts is so much more.
That's it, arts.
Well, yeah,
Music,
yeah.
dance,
Right.
painting,
I was
drawing.
starting with
on,
music
man.
because
Like,
that's the
We
Multi-
have all these
multimedia.
brilliant
Yeah.
kids with different talents. Arts is
Yeah.
there for them. The actors, the painters, the dancers, the musicians, the kids that can do 2 or 3 of them. It's okay.
The cinematographers,
And-
the
and it's like-
photographers.
Keep it, the rappers.
It's like we
the
were
beat
talking
makers.
about earlier.
Get out
like,
the way.
in-
Bunch of the out the way.
yeah, yeah.
That's me though.
It's like we were talking about earlier with marching band, though. It's like you know, everyone that was in marching band got something from that experience. You know, there might not like most of them aren't professional musicians right now, but
No.
they learned a lot from that experience
Let me-
about
let
art,
me-
about teamwork, about all these things that
Let me jump in. I gotta jump in. This is what you learned.
this is your soapbox, man.
Be on time.
Yes, which is a plight of jazz musicians right now.
Practice.
Shut
and
up!
rehearsal.
Don't bring that up.
Practice.
Man.
But this is what some people learned it better than others. I'm just saying this is what you learned. And 2, take care of your damn uniform.
Right? Don't be showing up with some
Yes,
taco stains
Yes.
all over. No.
I'll
This
leave
is
it right
true.
there. Y'all can fill in the rest.
So shout out to Sam, and Sam's never actually late. Here's what happens, and I'm just gonna because he said it. So if downbeat is at 5
Intervention
p.m.,
time.
Sam's gonna show up at like 4:52
Samuel.
or 4:50.
Samuel.
But at 5 o'clock downbeat, Sam's playing.
I'm ready. I'm looking at the drummer. I'm looking at the drummer like,
Okay,
Court,
wait.
why aren't you
But
set
let's
up
get
yet?
this
You got
100.
here
He
3
comes
hours
in,
early.
he comes and he
Samuel.
plugs in,
No,
and then he
let's
plays.
let's
That's
just
what Sam
keep
does.
it 100 though. But if you were in our tuba section, we would all been looking at you.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Well,
just
if you're
saying.
in a-
That's the thing.
Exactly.
We had sectional pride, bruh. In my marching band, we had sectional pride. The tuba section, we felt like we were the special forces. One, we could carry those 40-pound horns. We never fell out. We got to wear the berets. And we were just the
Schmuck
baddest
Miller.
motherfuckers in bands. You could kiss our ass.
Right.
So nobody was late. Nobody was nothing. It was just like, that's just who we were.
Well, Sam and Sam's defense.
So, but you
hey.
would have made it because when it's time to go, Sam's not a practice player.
I didn't show up
No,
late
no
for
practice.
for drum line, bro. I didn't want to have to do
Also, the
push-ups.
first time-
but these guys aren't gonna make me do push-ups. So, you know,
The
and-
first time we tried to grill him about it, he was like, "All right, that's fine, but you know what? I enjoy spending time with my daughter, so y'all can suck a dick, and I'll be here when I get here."
I'm the only
That's what I
person.
said.
I'm the only person in the bass section of George Nash.
that's-
Yeah, there you
I
go.
I was looking at all the
I'm
other guys
saying
in the bass section. I was like, "Yep, we're on time."
All I'm saying is
We're here.
we would have looked at you. I didn't say we would have
Right,
said
right.
anything.
Well, and that's all it took.
just
though.
for the look.
That's all it took back then. You know, you get that look, and you're like, "Damn, I let my guys down. I let my girls down. I let everyone down."
Yeah, yeah.
You just don't want even any heat or beef because there's some in the section you don't like too, right? So,
Right.
So it's like that too. It's like so just.
You
no,
got to
I'm
stand.
together.
You got to stand tall, shoulder to shoulder.
Thank you. That's
know?
what you. So that's 1 and 2. Now number 3, yeah, you got to be creative. You got to work with people you don't like. You got to practice. There's a whole other
Practice
But
with
I
a
always
capital
just go
P.
back to be on time and you got uniforms. You got to be that. Those 2 things.
Yeah.
I can mess with you if you get those 2 things together.
Right.
Yeah.
that's a solid foundation.
That's not like, okay. You're
you know?
halfway there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the practice with the capital practice, the friendly competition of it, which we still sometimes hold to. Like we see something and we're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go shit. Like it's a weird thing. Like there aren't too many haters that I know in music. Like it's usually like, oh, he's killing. I'm gonna go shit.
Practice, bro.
Yeah,
That's me,
like,
bro.
that's how we
Yeah.
all are.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
or if
we got some hate, but the real ones know how to like package that.
yeah. Well, there's also some stuff worth hating on, though.
So can I just,
Well, there's
this is my
solid
time to
stuff.
Yeah,
shout out.
there's
I'm gonna
some
shout
actual
now.
stuff
Thank
worth
you guys.
hating
Okay,
on.
my time to shout because
We need some shouts.
no, seriously, and I mean this. I really mean this. And I don't know. I'm gonna label you guys, for lack of a better word, the millennials. All right, just follow me.
Technically, we are millennials.
Okay,
yeah.
but I think I don't like thinking about like that, so I'm just doing it to make this point. Me and Clark are the OGs at age, but there's
Yeah.
a gap. There's no 40-year-old guys. There's like it goes down to 30s, and you guys are on your mid and late 30s now. And me and Clark noticed this. It's like we're our peers. It's just us, and then so when you guys start showing up, it was like, oh fuck. So I just want to give the Alicias, the Lakeishas, all the four guys from Reno's, the Arlens, all you motherfuckers, the Ants, for coming on to
Yeah.
sing the Benoirs, the Owl Brothers.
You getting all these shout outs, man?
Bro, but seriously.
Shout out to
seriously.
Sacramento music scene, man.
So, but I'm talking about you guys in particular. That's why I
Yeah,
call them millennials, and that's
that
usually
age group.
derogatory. But,
Yeah.
but I've
Do you
had,
think that's because people more in your age group have like given up on it or
well,
or
we
something
go
like
back to
that?
They cut school music my senior year.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm the last generation of really funded music, 83. And so we had a gap where black kids didn't get any music education,
Got you.
right? And
Got
and
you.
then when the hip-hop thing in the 90s happened, early 90s, that kind of put the jazz bug back in the ear, and then the neo-soul thing happened.
Yeah.
And then that's when the
Right.
kids were like, no, I got to learn how to play these keys for real again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's who you guys are now. Everybody's playing all these nines now.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
Fuck that.
Well, and
Stevie
that's why
Wonder.
I really like
Right?
like the crossover from hip hop to jazz. I think that's a really important thing. Like that's a lot of what Anthony Coleman you brought up a second ago. Like shout out Anthony Coleman.
Right.
He needs to be watching this podcast. Where's he at?
Anthony's knee deep in some stuff. You know how Ann is.
It's happy hour. He's in. It's
yeah,
New
yeah.
Orleans. It's always
that's what I'm
happy
saying.
hour. He's having a
let me
drink
tell-
right now.
let me-
But anyway, like he was a person that first showed me that crossover. You know.
Okay, I'm going to hate on that.
Okay.
I'm gonna hate
Please
on
do.
that. There's no crossover. There's no crossover. You
gotta come to the mic.
What it is, and okay, so follow me. I want to take the mic for about 3 minutes. I'll try to make it really quick.
This is the
I'm gonna
Harley
use-
episode.
Okay, no, but seriously. We're dealing with the waltz. We got the quadrille. We got polkas. And then these kids from Harlem come on the scene around, 31, 32? And with a very hip-hop stance, they drop a song and they say, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is hip-hop attitude predates hip-hop.
Definitely.
They came
I
on.
see.
They said
Yeah.
they came in the scene. It don't mean a thing. They split their infinitives. They didn't give. They're out of fucks. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing, right? What
Is
was
you
it-
is or is you ain't.
is you ain't. Work with me because when you talk about cowboy, hidey ho.
Yeah.
So hip hop, call and response, Dougie Fresh,
Yeah.
street parties. So this ain't new shit.
Right.
This
right.
ain't no crossover. Has it been recoded and redacted? And yeah, it's been digitized.
Right.
But the spirit of that youth,
yeah.
no, that's the same
No,
shit.
the
That's
same-
the same shit. There's
The
nothing's
vibe,
changed.
the
And that's
swagger,
what
the
and
message,
so
like-
that's what I get upset with people that say they don't like jazz, especially our folks, African Americans. Like, bruh, if you were alive in 1930, this would be your jam. Your friends would be like, you
That's
don't
what
listen to
jazz
you don't
used
listen
to
to
be-
Louis Armstrong. That used to be the
Jazz,
rebel music.
jazz
like,
was
but-
popular music during that
but
era,
it was
right?
The rebel
I mean,
music too. It's like you
right,
don't have
but
a
so
jabba
was
style.
all of
So-
hip hop, rock, all that stuff was rebel music. You know,
So
and jazz was, and it all came from jazz.
So my
I see what
I'll
you're
wrap
saying.
this up. I'll
More
wrap
so than
this
this
up.
crossover is just the evolution
this
of the feeling.
Let me wrap this up because what's so delicious, what's so delicious for me right now is in the 90s, when you motherfuckers stopped playing instruments and the hippity hop was coming on,
The hippity hop.
I said it. I'm old now. I don't remember us getting mad at y'all not playing instruments.
True.
But all these MCs now mad because the kids don't write verses, and the kids just go turn.
They've taken every
That right?
everything out of it.
So y'all hip hop niggas need to have a seat.
You ain't never
You mean the
lied.
hip hop guys that are like, y'all don't even have bars?
Yeah,
Okay, we rap 16
no,
bars.
Shit. No, they don't have to have shit.
Yeah,
Shut
the
up.
new kids
They
know
don't
what's
have
up.
to have shit. They're
They
just
know
like
what they like,
They're
though.
just like
you
those
know?
swing kids in the 20s.
Yeah.
Just like those rock and roll. Just like you hip hop motherfuckers in the 80s.
And the 90s.
That's your dad's fucking music. Sit your fucking ass down. They don't want to see you in the club no more. As a matter of fact, when they see your face scrunch, that's when they turn it up, motherfucker.
yeah.
Turn up. Gramps, get Gramps out of here.
Yeah, run his ass out the club. Did we sit there and listen to the old motherfuckers in the club when we were doing the thing? Did you? Did you give a fuck?
No,
Okay.
not even a little bit.
Okay.
As a matter of fact,
Okay.
once we started drinking, if you were in the club and you were looking like you had a couple of gray hairs, what the kids do now, boy, we'd be on the
Come on,
helmet.
man.
What are you doing in here?
You don't belong in the club anymore.
Yeah, you
I
don't
just-
belong in here.
Let go.
Move past
Go.
the club.
Yeah, and do that gracefully.
Yeah, bow out.
Yeah, bow out, man.
Bow out.
Come on, man. And we got a bunch of dudes. I'm sorry. Here we go. Why E40? Too short and skinny jeans.
All right,
Come
now-
on, man.
Hey, okay, I'll give you that. I thought you because we were gonna have some words because that was the funnest thing I've seen in a while.
Oh, come
but
on, come
but
on,
those
man.
pants that he had on, he was bugging.
Hey, 40 looked like he'd been hitting the gym a little bit, getting ready for
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
man.
yeah. He lost
Come
some
on,
weight.
man. They got
He
a
looked
cool
like he's
look.
been hitting
They
the
got
Met,
they got
bro.
dockers
He was
that are kind of
skinny.
slim
Yeah,
fit
yeah,
now.
yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, man.
Yeah. He had them jeans that you.
I got some on now, man.
Okay, wait.
Those
Now,
are the
while
jeans
we're
you
on
get
the
at Ross or
subject, man,
Walmart.
while we're on the subject, to get back to that's trash, Alex's segment, sagging skinny jeans. I'm sorry,
Oh, that's trash.
sagging
It's
skinny
trash,
jeans.
it's
I mean,
trash,
I've
it's
never been a
trash.
fan of sagging,
It's trash, it's trash.
but sagging skinny jeans,
No,
it's
yeah.
like you're tied up, man.
But it's none of your business, though. I mean, just let them do.
I know. I'm not gonna walk up to someone. I'm not gonna tell someone that to their face. Actually, I saw someone at the. It was at the dispensary.
No, I just give the look.
Couple
man.
weeks
And I
back.
asked him about his pants sagging. I had to slap him with my twisted tea.
Well, that's what almost happened actually. When I was in line to get into the dispensary, this young African American gentleman had some skinny jeans and was sagging, and he was minding his own damn business. And then some old white obvious Trump supporter made some comment like,
He was minding his own business.
"Pull your pants up,"
Like, no.
and the guy was just like, "Hell no."
Fuck out of
And-
here.
But no,
And
that's
other
a
people-
very- that's a
other
very
people in
Trump
line were
answer,
like-
right?
Other people in line were like, "Don't tell him what to do. Shut the fuck up." But then he pulled a bankroll out of his pocket and he was like, "You need to worry about your money, man." Started flashing bills. I was like, "Okay, I don't quite get the argument, but it was mad disrespectful."
No, you know what?
It
though?
was mad
I
disrespectful.
get that argument because it's cream around here, man. Always, America is cream. Cash rules
Well,
everything
it
around
does.
me. So
Yep.
when you got an old white man telling you, "Oh, you need to pull your pants up," listen, I will buy your life. Come here.
Exactly. I mean, I think he knew that it would get to that dude. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's probably
yeah.
sitting there like,
Yeah.
"Man, why does he have so many of those
Well,
nice green
well,
bills?"
he was old enough to mind his own business and didn't.
Straight up.
I guess his mom
Straight
didn't
up.
teach him the first rule of
Straight up.
manners and being polite,
Or
which is to
supposed-
shut the fuck up with things that don't concern you.
And the thing is, I mean, okay, it's like this for me. In that situation, if I was that offended, I could have just asked him about, why do you wear your pants like that?
Right.
If I really want to fix it.
Yeah, you could be
Well,
like,
if you
hey,
really want to
hey,
fix it.
I'm just a question, respectfully.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering why you wear your pants like
And no,
that.
check this out. He felt something about that kid because he's seen lots of kids sagging before. But
Right.
something about that kid is like, I'm gonna step to him.
Yeah.
Because that kid get cream. he got that vibe. Like there's something about this kid.
Yeah,
I should say.
Oh,
something.
he had style. Like everything he had was like well put together.
If he could just
you know?
come down and turn it down a little bit, they could be best friends now.
Well,
Smoking a
also-
blunt, like, yeah.
They might have a lot in common, you know,
right,
but
right,
it's
right. But he told this grown man what to do.
when you're being hella
in front of people.
disrespectful.
No. Well,
It's
there's
like,
also
come on,
the
man.
approach because I've ran up on a couple of younger cats, but when I run up on them, like nobody else is hearing the conversation. I'm just like,
that
hey,
helps too.
Like,
Yeah,
hey,
let me
bro,
pull you
good?
aside for
Yeah,
a
like,
second.
hey, you good? Like, hey, you know that these motherfuckers are looking at you, so you might want to. You know what I'm like? So just like on the side. So if he would approach him like, hey, dude, you know, they kind of look, be cool.
But he wasn't
And-
cool. And that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
He's been a
yeah,
Trumpster, and he was right about something. And nobody asked you why you vote for a cult leader. So
Right.
So what's that? You know?
No one asked you why you believe in QAnon conspiracies and
Or
And-
why
you know.
you're waving the flag of the losing side.
And
Why
in,
you're
in the
such-
weed store.
again,
In the weed
in
store.
the weed
In the weed
store.
store.
in the weed store or out in the parking lot because this was in line.
It's
like,
in the weed store.
is that
It's still
you're
like
at
a
a
weed
weed store. So
Yeah.
Trumpers are smoking that gas
lettuce?
now,
Hippie-
of
hippie
course.
lettuce?
Yeah, what they
hippie
used
lettuce.
to. Now that it's legal, it's okay.
Yeah, oh, it's okay.
As long
Well,
as it's
but I'm
straight
with-
law and
let's keep
order,
it- wait,
baby.
Well, no, let's keep this 100 though, because they're finding where they're legalizing it. The OxyContin intake is going down. Motherfuckers are buying in.
What
Yeah,
a surprise.
nice.
Oh my God. You
gosh.
don't have to pop heroin pills. You can just smoke weed and you'll be okay. You'll still be able to hold down
Well,
a job, man.
There's also the whole stigma about all these people of color, both black and brown people, that are still in prison for weed.
Oh man.
And now
well,
we
yeah.
can just walk in the store and buy it,
man.
and it's
Right.
wild.
Man.
So
They
but some
need
of
to
that
free
stuff-
every
Lives
single
ruined,
person.
bruh. Lives ruined.
Every single person
Good
that's in
dudes
jail for
gotta
weed.
get their shit railroaded behind some okey doke.
even if you they were saying, you know, about selling weed and whatever, bro. Like, you sold a little weed. I understand it was illegal at the time, but good night. Like, now there's stores, so
Yeah.
let all them out.
Every
Everybody
single
out.
one of them. Every single one
Yeah.
of them.
Well, the war is Nixon, the war on drugs, man, and these scared white people bought it. It's just what it is, and they're
Well,
still
so
Biden. Biden buys it. Biden still, he's one of them ones. I'm sorry, I
'Cause
want
he-
to give
yeah.
him props, but I can't.
Because he doesn't want to
Well, you
admit how wrong he was all those
Exactly.
damn
years.
years.
I
Like,
haven't seen it. With his little
He doesn't
sunglasses
even
and shit, looking
remember
like
those years. Let's talk about
highway
that.
patrolman with his dude, what is that shit? The Mannix ass shit he's been peddling. to
that's
us.
just to hide those
That-
dead
just-
eyes.
Yeah, bro. It's like, stop all that. You ain't cool.
He's not even a. I mean, we've been theorizing that he's just like a robot. That Biden actually died, and then they just like. Okay,
Well,
okay.
well,
Did you
no,
see
no,
when
no,
he?
the same is true with Obama. Then shit.
Well, that could be true too. But
No,
did you
Bill
see?
Clinton, no, he's a monster. He's real. He's flesh and blood. Fucking Jabba the Hutt.
But
a
but
demon.
okay, but at least Barack Obama could put together cohesive sentences.
Bruh, no, I said that. I was a jab at Obama. He
Bi-
wasn't amazing, but he was a good president.
Well, and he's
Yeah.
witty. You
He
know,
was a
like
good president. He was a good president.
he's sharp. Yeah,
He's
and
shy, and I appreciate that. But as president, I mean, sorry, all of us right here, if we all became president, we'd have to off somebody. But this is
At
part
some
of the
point,
job. That's
yeah,
part of
at
the
some
job.
point,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, there's no nice way to say
a
it.
couple
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
if they're going to be out spreading
maybe
lies
a village
about
or
me.
two. Maybe, and I'm talking about some left. If we ever found ourselves as president of the United States, of these United States, we still would have to kill somebody.
That's a sad thought.
Even as a
Damn.
governor, you got to
But
kill
it's
somebody.
true.
Well, yes, the night, yeah, you just do it kind of sideways.
Well, not if you
but,
don't have
you
the
know,
the death penalty. Then
It depends
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
but,
that's
you
but,
can
true.
yeah.
claim
Yeah,
plausible
yeah.
deniability.
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
But you still, it's very. But the president, you know,
The
you're
president,
gonna,
you're
you're gonna predator
killing a
drone
bunch of
somebody.
people.
You're gonna
Yeah, yeah.
Someone's
cyanide
getting
somebody.
thrown-
You're gonna
yeah,
do it.
yeah.
That's okay. So
On
when you
your
vote for
watch.
that guy, just know that your dream guy. Yeah, once he gets the briefing,
Right. And you saw it in the gray hairs. like Obama, like 3 months into it,
It's like, oh,
started
shit.
going gray. You
It's,
know,
oh,
you
shit.
just
It's
like,
like, oh,
okay,
this motherfucker.
he's seen the real deal. Like they're taking him aside, like, oh, okay, by the way, actually, this entire
is what
world
the-
is run by these evil aliens, and we have to do what they say. So we have to give them a blood sacrifice later tonight. Hope you're
With
cool
your
with
blood.
that.
you know. Okay, so when we talking about conspiracies, let's do some conspiracies.
Oh, please.
Oh, yeah.
Conspiracy
Please.
time.
It's,
Conspiracy
it's
time
the
with Harley White.
conspiracy hour
Okay, so
on
everybody
Furious
know-
George.
Everybody know I fuck with facts.
Me too. Heavy.
All
That's
my
not a scientific mind.
Listen,
That's not the way to start off a
This is-
conspiracy.
this is the deal. This is the deal.
Thank you.
This is Furious George. All of the opinions expressed on this podcast are facts. Okay?
Because we set them.
All right.
All right.
So I'm gonna leave
And
it here.
we're not shying away from
here.
it.
I'm gonna leave it here. Them aliens want the gold. I don't know how it happened, but yeah, if I was a fucking alien and I came up on this planet and rolled up on the water and the gold, I'd be like, yeah. And these motherfuckers only live like 80, 60 years. Shit, yeah, train them like hamsters, get our shit. We come
Exactly.
back, and
By the
then
time one of them
yeah,
figures out what's going on, he'll be dead.
They only come back every 50,000 years, Pippin.
We'll just
They
start a
live
new
really long
generation.
lives. Man. They're just like, hey, man. Okay,
We'll
I'm
just
done.
keep
I'm
popping
done.
in.
Thank you.
Wait, okay. Conspiracy hour continued. So, did you guys hear how this Israeli special agent came out recently? And Alex, this is something to fact check. An Israeli agent came out. He was like part of like Mossad or some secret agency in Israel, and he basically said that there's an intergalactic federation that aliens have been here. They're just waiting for us to perfect space travel, and then they are going to invite us into the Galactic Federation or whatever. And he was like, Trump knows about this and almost spilled the beans. Like Trump almost told
sounds
America.
about right to me.
No, but here's this thing. For me, what the incident with Truman in '56, so many people in Washington, D.C., they couldn't even kill all the people that saw it.
Like a big sighting
like
in
we're going
DC?
to wipe out the whole fucking city. They all saw
Right.
it.
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
saw it. Everybody saw it. So it's over. Game over. It's over.
But still,
I mean,
a lot of people don't believe
I
it,
don't know the
though.
workings of it.
But it's like, it's funny how people don't believe it, even
No,
though
I don't know the details, but yeah.
Even if it happens right in front of our faces, it's like they just make everyone
Okay.
sound like they're
Okay.
crazy.
Well, I'll tell you,
know?
What I think is or the mechanism behind the disbelief. A couple of days ago, or just a symptom of the disbelief, and just how
Stevie
off-
Mello.
Oh, Stevie Mello says, "What's up, Harley?"
Was that Mello? Hey man, we got to do some songs together. Hit me. A couple days ago, the Jupiter and Saturn. You can see Jupiter with your naked eye. What was that? Right to the right of the moon, you can actually see
Are you
two.
talking about on the 21st? That just
Yeah,
happened?
right.
Oh, yeah, it was
You can
Jupiter and
see
Saturn
two planets.
We're aligned with the
Two
Earth.
planets with your naked fucking eye.
Yeah,
You didn't
yeah,
even
yeah,
need a
yeah.
telescope.
Yeah.
And they've been
Yeah.
doing this for thousands of years. And I just sat there and I looked at it and I was like, how do people find the time to be racist?
Listen,
I mean, it's like I'm so
This is
I'm
what
so
I'm talking
small.
about right
I'm
here,
so
man.
fucking small. I can see 3 billion miles away. Or how fucking I can see that far away.
yeah.
Right.
And there's so much space between me and that fucking planet. 2 of them.
All
You're
right,
talking
so-
about a reverence for the universe and God and nature.
How
How could you have time to be racist with all
How
this going on?
intentionally small is that opinion? I mean, so one, you are small, and then that opinion that nobody else should be here. What a small thought in this. universe is so big.
But that's the exact
Wow.
reason why there is racism and why there are these things. Because if I'm racist against somebody, that means I'm superior to them. So in this massive void of everything that I'm so insignificant in, I have to be better than you. Like, I have to be.
Is that what it comes down to? I want to be better than this other insignificant thing next to me. You're slightly more insignificant than me.
Right.
Well, no, I'll tell you what racism is. It's religion, because look at what they did to create a lot of this racism. It was based around Christianity and somehow thinking that, even though Christ was obviously some kind of African Arab person, but it was something created to say, no, we're not insignificant. We are the center of the universe, and actually white people are the center of the universe.
Everything.
Someone's going to just take that
Everything.
clip I just said
But
and take it out of context and
You
cancel
heard
it.
it here first, people. Sam God says that white people.
Where's your little mask? Hey, Sam, you got the beard.
Where's your
it's
hood,
over,
bro?
it's over.
Where's your white hood?
Yeah.
No, that's what they were thinking, and it's like literally that's what they thought. Like the whole colonial like mindset of like manifest destiny, like God just created all these people for us to conquer. Yes. We'll just fit it nicely into our
we
religion.
are the chosen people.
Right.
We are the most significant of the insignificant.
Right.
Or-
Meanwhile, Galileo's like, actually, we're not the center of the universe. We're just rotating around
Facts,
a sun.
facts,
That's part of it. They're like, shut up.
Facts.
You will
facts,
burn.
Facts.
Well, also,
That's
it
some
really
facts,
helped
though.
with
He was
slavery.
They don't like them facts. They don't like them facts. Hey, shout out the Proud Boys. They don't like facts either.
It really helped with slavery.
Don't shout out the Proud Boys.
Shout out the Proud Boys. So it really helped with slavery to say, "Hey, you suffer now, and then you get your rewards." In
Oh
heaven.
yeah, that was very convenient.
that
Yeah,
helped in
yeah.
America quite a
And
bit.
somehow Jesus said, "Slaves obey your masters,"
Yeah.
which didn't make sense to anything else he was saying. But
and let's talk about this. And this has gotten me in a lot of trouble, but we're just gonna say it. And it's gonna.
I got your back before you even say it.
Is it Anglo-Saxons or is it Anglo-assassins?
Oh, that's some hip hop right there.
bars. Write that down. Write that down. We got to put that on the
Like
mixtape.
everywhere that Christianity has gone, there's a verse in the Bible that says the kingdom suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. That's Christianity. Everywhere that it has gone,
Okay.
it's death and mayhem. Like, we're going to kill you if you don't drink this water that we're giving you and say
No,
hi
but
to Jesus.
pimping. Can I jump in?
Go ahead.
You
Jump.
don't have to ask
Come on,
permission.
jump
This is the
in,
Harley
jump
White
in.
show, man. Come on.
No.
This
Because
is a
I'm
Harley
riding your
episode.
point.
You're our
I'm riding your
special
point.
guest.
Okay, so let's just talk about how they did it, though.
Okay.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Do
Oh.
music.
True.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. The Jesuits, Pope Gregory, he needed to unify the music system in the Holy Roman Church. And so they came up with a systematic way of writing music. You know, yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then the monks start going do, re, mi, do, re, re. He invented Gregorian chant. So if you're in the middle of Amazon proselytizing about Jesus and why you're going to go to Jesus, you can show them your hymns. Do, re, do, es, deus. You can show them like that. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. And that's how they taught that. Amazon or the Aboriginals or wherever the fuck they went, that's how they converted them.
With music. That's a fact that I didn't know.
Damn.
I'm here for you.
This is blowing minds right now.
Hey, man, listen. This is the Harley White
No,
Show.
wait,
We're
look,
just
stop,
here.
stop.
We're
One
just
more,
here
look.
enjoying.
Each one lines with a chakra. Do, re, mi,
Right,
fa,
right.
sol, la, ti, do.
And every one of these cultures already had music.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir.
Every one of them.
All right, we're here together.
So if we're going to talk about if we're going to talk about it, if we're going to talk about where music comes from, you know? Cuz that's an interesting argument, you know?
Did they talk about soul?
Yeah, did they talk about
talk about that?
did they mention Bam? Did they mention Bam?
No. So it showed him at the beginning, and here's a cool fact that this sometimes happens too, and you should pull your mic back to you, but
I was getting loud.
Professional. He's like, "Oh,
that at the beginning scene, like they were playing just a blues or something, and everybody was sounding weird and all of this, and then he threw it to this girl on trombone for a solo. She wrecked it, eyes closed, killing it, to the point where everybody, the rhythm section stopped playing, and she kept going for a few more bars, and then everybody just looking at her, and just the shame that she felt from that experience. Like later on in the movie, she came and said that she wanted to quit, and then
for
she
killing it?"
well, because no, for the ridicule of all her peers,
Oh, okay.
because she was actually in it. She was the one that was going to make it,
Yes, sir.
Right.
and everybody else was.
But
just
that's
gonna-
not. But that's frowned. But killing it that hard is frowned upon because they want you to just conform and just be
Okay,
another.
Wait, let's talk about this. You guys,
You know?
can I have the mic?
Oh, I'll give you. You can have your mic back, but I might have to confiscate it in a
So
minute.
here we go. So,
First,
let's
before
talk
you
about
say
this.
that, let me just preface it by saying you are a shining star, no matter who you are. If we're gonna remember
Shining
anything
bright to see.
from our
Tell 'em
teachings
about it.
of Earth, Wind, and Fire, 11:13. Anyway, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Samuel, for that gracious introduction. And Okay. You made me fuck my fucking point. No. Oh, okay. The haterade on the kids that shine.
Right.
Haterades on the kids that shine. I got. Actually, it hurts a little bit. I got.
Moment of silence for that one.
No. Seriously though, because it hurts.
Yeah.
I know you talked white. You talk white when you grew up. Black kids get this thing when they start showing intellect. People shit on them.
Oh yeah.
Right, right,
Because
yeah.
you read a couple of books.
Why do you want to learn about French, or why do you want to do? Well, you weird.
Sounding
You're
intellectual,
weird.
or
You're weird. Yeah. Why? You know. And she's just playing the trombone.
And loving it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, well, don't you have something that you do that's like this?
Yeah.
They don't.
They don't. Oh.
Well, the thing that they
So
have,
they talk shit.
That's the thing that they have.
They have
That's what
talking
they
shit.
have. That's what they have.
I can roast this person
That's what they
and
have.
feel better about.
I had a shout out Miss Northcutt. I had a teacher, 12th grade, and I'll never forget this. She said the next time that somebody comes to you and says, "Why you talk all proper?" Just tell them, "I don't talk all proper. I just speak properly." And, like that always stuck in my head for something like.
You can't help it if you're I want to say smart or you can't help it if you.
You read some books.
You.
Right.
No, more than that. No, you though.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
you.
That's the
Yeah.
most
I mean,
valuable lesson I ever got.
What?
Straight up. Be yourself.
You can split your infinitives, but you can do what the fuck you want. But
Well-
but you know when you have something to communicate, you just say it as properly as you can. And I don't fault you. Please don't change.
Yeah, sometimes I speak properly. Sometimes I speak very improperly. Like whatever.
Well,
Did
yeah,
you
and-
understand
and-
what I said?
I can say growing up that I got shit for speaking properly and for speaking improperly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
From people of all different races. Like, really, yeah, like, because as a white person, like, sometimes I would want to talk a little more improperly, you know? And
Do some
sometimes
vernacular.
You would like
And
to let your negritude come out, Samuel.
Maybe a little
You
bit.
went to Sac High, so we kind of know
no,
what happened.
no, McClatchy. So,
Oh, that's even worse.
you
Now you got a
went
bunch
to
of
McClatchy?
Mexicans. I
My
said it.
guy.
but yeah, well, and you know, but then other people would be like, "Oh, well, you sound hella square," you know. So I was getting it from both ends, but it's like really, this one dude broke it down for me and was just like, "Just be you," and he was a hella goofy ass dude, you know.
No,
but he had something figured
No,
out.
nerds
you know?
to figure that shit out at some point. So that's why I give it up to nerds. At
But-
some point, it's like, dude, I'm skinny, I'm smart, fuck all. I mean, here's my pocket protector. Deal with it.
But,
beat my
but
Yeah.
ass. I don't care.
here's a cold
But
part.
come with confidence,
Yeah,
and you will be
everybody-
respected every time. Like,
Everybody is pretending. I knew the thugs in school and I knew the nerds in school. The thugs in school, half of them motherfuckers was in gymnastics, in music, into computers.
Snoop Dogg.
I mean, like really, like there was this thug dude, and he can do a standing backflip. He had been doing gymnastics. He had been in gymnastics since he was like 7 years old. He could like literally with a backpack on, with Timberlands on, he can just stand there and just backflip without
Okay.
without nothing, because he was so good at gymnastics. If anybody actually knew and associated with him with like he didn't wear leotards and all that. But he knew how to do all that. But if they
Right.
knew he did gymnastics, it's just
They've
like
been weirdos.
you're hella
They've been
gay,
weirdos.
I would
Yeah,
take
yeah,
the
whatever,
thug
whatever
card
you
in
are.
a second.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
who
the
else
feat
did
of strength
gymnastics?
that it takes to do a backflip.
bruh.
Oh,
it's
serious.
nuts. And so,
You
but
do that
he,
in the right context, everyone's gonna think you're cool.
But he had
You gotta
to,
have the thank you, but that Ministry of the Arts would allow him to do it.
to do
Right.
it.
Oh,
Let's
okay,
respect-
the high school play. He's doing the backflips across the school musical. It's not.
Let's
corny,
actually
is it?
respect the arts. You know, like we respect sports. You know,
And I
at
love
least as
sports, but
much.
sports education, ban high school. Okay, so this is what Sam and I were talking about on the way over here. Love sports. I'm a jock myself, and that's something. That's actually what I want to kind of share with the people of the homies that will listen to the show, because I don't think people understand. I am a fucking jock. I just realized this. Like, I roll like a jock, not like I bully people, but I don't take your shit. Team practice, blah blah blah. Prepare. Have a uniform. Yeah, that's how I roll.
yeah.
So, oh Jesus Christ! You guys got me amped up. What did you say before?
That was the goal, man.
No, I know, but what would you say before? Because it's a segue.
Oh, we were talking about sports.
Okay.
Yeah.
But bunch of it. Where sports miss, and we were talking about this. You got a football team with 40 kids.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Only the coach's son is the only stat player that's going to see the field.
You got a lot of kids on the bench.
They all go to practice, but only 22 fast kids really get to play. And we all know those kids that were on the football team that never. I was in the band. I was in the games. You never got on the field, homie. You never
In
got
marching,
on the field.
basically in marching band.
In marching band, everybody starts.
Every single person is going to get on the field.
Everybody starts, don't
better
they?
get it together.
There's
'cause
no
you're going
point.
out
And
there.
everybody gets yelled at, don't they?
Yeah.
I don't care if you're the drum major or the
Well,
cymbal
but
player.
you said you didn't get yelled at. That
No,
was,
Mr. H shooting my ass.
Oh, okay.
No,
I
I was
misunderstood that
laughing
part.
at the kids that would get
Oh,
mad. They were
they
saying
didn't get yelled at.
my
Okay,
band
yeah.
program was so tight. I mean, I don't know where you went to high school. We would whoop your ass.
Yeah, he went to Kennedy, and
My
I-
high school band wasn't.
And so I'm just saying that.
yeah,
I'm saying that. I'm not
yeah.
bragging. I'm just
but I
saying what
got to
happened.
point out that it was interesting that when we were talking on the car over here, like I was like, we were talking about marching band, and then I was like, he was like, Kennedy, we went. I was Kennedy, and Kennedy. I went to McClatchy. If you're in Sacramento, you know these schools. McClatchy, Kennedy, we're all kind of near each other. Sac High.
Right. If
But-
you had a
but-
band, we would have had a rivalry.
Yeah, exactly.
If
Kennedy wasn't as good when I was in high school as you're saying, but when you were in high school, they were good. No, but so he went to Kennedy. He was telling me how badass they were, and then I was telling him how my drum line instructor when I was in drum line at McClatchy was Kevin Goings. And he was like, yo, he was in my class at Kennedy. Or he was in the band with me.
No. Okay, I gotta elaborate a little bit more.
Elaborate.
Break it
Not
down.
only was Kevin Goings like my home, he's the first kid I ever saw with a Walkman.
Oh!
Throwback.
That
Shout out to the
made-
Walkman.
That made perfect sense because, like, if you knew Kevin Goings, like, I would see this dude in, like, a teal sweatsuit sometimes, just playing drums with, like, his
No, but it
headphones
gets
on,
better.
some
It
old
gets
school
better.
headphones and shit,
gets better.
big-ass headphones.
It gets better.
Okay.
It was he and fucking Delano that got me high the first time too, motherfucker. Oh yeah.
Whoa. In general, the Furious George podcast does not endorse snitching. But today,
It's dry snitching,
but
man.
today,
It's legal now. They were probably just smoking the marijuana.
That was my homie. That's what I'm
Yo,
trying to
shout
tell you.
out-
He said,
yeah,
shout
"Kevin,
out
your
Kevin
drum instructor."
Goings.
I was like, no, bro. You and I know Kevin.
Yeah. And another sidebar. So Kevin Goings, like,
Wait, no, I gotta go.
Okay, sorry.
So that was the trip to Canada. So I joined the freelancers.
oh, when he got you high, that was the trip
No,
to
that was
Canada?
the trip to High school.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He was instructing in high school. No, he was still in the band. Anyway,
Because you could find stuff easy in Canada, man.
no, I mean, everybody
Back
packed
in
their
those
shit.
days.
Everybody
Oh, they
packed their
packed their own shit. Okay.
Even after the parent warning. What it is, kids.
yeah.
International pimping. Anyway, I joined the freelancers, and we're coming back from camp. And the one time I smoked was the only time I smoked, right? In high school. That was it. But now I'm out of high school. I'm in the freelancers. And so we're on the bus, and they're smoking weed. And Kevin's on the... But the whole thing's on the bus, so you gotta blow the weed into the pillow.
That's smart.
Oh, that'll get rid of this.
That's smart. That's the way.
It's a filter. It's an expert filter.
Even in my science mind knew that. I was like, that's not gonna work.
I don't
My dad
think this
smokes
gonna
weed.
work.
But I was a guy. I took the hit, and before I could put the pillow, I coughed it all out.
You missed the pillows.
I'm done with Kevin Goings' story. So.
I got one more.
Okay, yeah, Captain.
No, so after he was my drum instructor when I was in my early 20s, I lived downtown, and an apartment opened up in this Victorian triplex I was living in. Well, Kevin Goings was looking for a place.
I like this story already.
So he moved in to what would later be known as the Lion's Den, like because basically I got all my friends to rent out all the apartments in this
played
house.
disco music late, didn't he?
Oh yeah, and we were right around the corner from the Press Club. You guessed it.
We would dance together all the time. Like,
You remember that era.
Shout out to the Press Club and church on Sunday. Can we throw that in there?
Yeah. R.I.P. I guess. I think they're
R.I.P.
shutting down.
No, man. Come on, stop that. One.
I thought it already got shut down.
Yeah, see, party foul. One. The funk don't stop. That's one.
Don't start.
It don't stop. That's one. They got a new location. No, we don't know. No.
Oh, word?
Oh, they got.
No,
Oh, okay.
We
It's
got
lit.
a bigger,
It's
better
lit.
church. No,
We're good.
hey, we can about the mega church, y'all.
Oh, we're mega church.
Can we talk
I
about
like
where
it.
it's at, or do we got to do that
We
offline?
can talk about the old VFW hall.
I don't know what that is.
I did you guys just on purpose.
We both looked at him like, what?
It's 21st and come on. 21st. And
Give me a hint.
No, I had a nip. I could tell you what it was.
What's close? What's close over there?
It's next to the pizza place. Come on now, the VFW.
Pieces?
It's
Next to
come on, no,
Pieces?
but it's where the swing dance goes on Tuesday. It's been
Oh, Barfly, the old Barfly.
Yeah, man,
Oh.
come on.
Press is going to Barfly.
That used to be a VFW hall.
That's gonna be all right.
Okay.
I told you that's a level
all
up,
right.
Pippin.
We're good.
Shout out to the
Yeah.
Press Club, man. Yeah.
No, this is the thing about when it was a
They
VFW
just found a
hall.
better spot.
Back when I used to play when it's post, whatever it was, they had the two big fans. So
Uh-huh.
when you would play, you would get that sound that
Yeah.
kids do.
Oh, yeah.
That's lit.
You use that to your
That's
advantage,
lit.
I'm sure.
Little chorus,
Trumpet players
little
are
chorus
pointed
on
up
there.
towards the fan.
That's what Clark did.
It's like a mute.
Clark, no, dude, that's not a joke.
It's
I
like
know.
it's like
I know.
having
I was
flange.
chuckling,
like a
but
flange pedal.
I know Clark would do
Anyway,
that shit.
Not Clark, but Clyde.
Okay, well,
Clyde.
yeah.
Clyde was my trumpet player. I had
But
a
I'm
net.
sure Clark thought it was great.
But Clark would have done it too.
Yeah.
But all they say, no, the bigger floor, more space.
Yeah,
It was some dirt that went behind it, but it's a come up. That's all.
that's cool. So that whole strip is gonna be lit because you got Pieces right there. Now you got.
We gotta wrap this up. Oh, it's too much fun. I want to go home, man.
Yeah, no, we don't. Yeah, well, we're not going home. We're going over
We're
to the Press
supposed
Club.
to we're supposed to wrap up here in the next couple seconds, guys. Before
but-
we wrap up, though, I do want to say that Dominic commented with "Don't ask Harley about that Paso Doble."
Paso Doble, what's up?
What is that? I feel like he's probably not even listening anymore.
Okay. Damn, Dominic.
But I feel like we should get to the bottom of that. I mean,
No, but it's true, and that's what he's right. Okay, so serious. Let me sober up a little bit. All right. So should be serious. This is why I love you, Dominic.
is your music on YouTube or anything like that?
Yeah. So
Can we get sent out on a Harley White song?
play the Kung Fu Boogie. Kung Fu Boogie. Just Google Kung Fu Boogie Harley White. Okay, so what Dom is talking about, because Dom is helping me put together a curriculum. Me, Clark, and Dom are putting together a curriculum. The trio, we do more than sit around and play. We really talk about this shit. We talk about our kids and what we want for them and all this. So, as we talked about with No Ministry for the Arts, and we talk about the reconciliation of not calling each other nigger and honky and all this shit and really become Americans, you have to understand what those ingredients were. And that's why I go back to, we are Europeans, Africans, Asians, and indigenous people in this land, from Canada to Argentina.
Yeah.
Are we good? Facts? I'm fucking with facts.
Nothing but facts. Here.
All right, so in my travels, European music and African music meet. We talked about the solfeggio earlier, didn't we? Okay.
Do, re, mi, fa, si, la,
I'm
to, da.
fucking with facts. So I'm designing a curriculum that is classically based, very respectful to the European tradition, but it's also very respectful to the African traditions. So Paso Dobles. The Moors conquered Spain. So much of what we do now, architecture, science, math, happened when those Africans were in Spain for 700 years. Now they get kicked out. They need to get kicked out. Charlemagne was like, y'all got to go home. But they left a lot of knowledge.
The Moors is something that pops up a lot, and like
So
I feel connected with that.
It's Paso Doble. Boom, 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 boom. It's a 3/4 rhythm. African music tends to deal with 6/8. They're related. And so I've been using flamenco
All right.
as the epicenter because it's right there. Look at the map. I fuck with facts. And that's what Dominic's talking about, the Paso Dobles.
Paso Dobles.
That's lit.
Hey, so, hey, man.
You heard it here
Harley White, ladies and gentlemen. Harley White, the man with the plan.
He didn't even say anything that controversial, man.
Not today. We'll get it next time.
Well, I mean,
I can come back.
you have to
Shout
be
out.
like smart to realize what he's saying is controversial.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? It's like, it's like
There's
the
layers.
Proud Boys didn't even know if they were listening. They're just like, he sounds cool. Anyway,
yeah. Thank you to Harley for pulling up. Thank you for this wonderful time and this wonderful conversation.
Yes,
thank you
sir.
to Ali
Thank you, man.
Flamingo for, I know we pushed the time a little bit, but thank you.
yeah, man, this dude's always helping us out with this, and we
it's
appreciate Remedy Review.
Shout out Remedy Review. Shout out Legendarius 51.
Sam God.
BMX Kid 1980-72 35. What was it? BMX Kid 65. And thank y'all for listening. Curious George. And we out, you beezies.
See you next